thanks so much for joining us again. I really enjoyed our conversation last time and wanted to touch base with everyone in regards to discussing the drip and dries situation that they've come to us about. So hope you're all doing well. I just wanted to make sure that we're all on the same page. First question that I have for you is, are you guys ready to discuss the problem? Have you reviewed all the materials?
I have.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, wonderful. So do we agree that there is a problem?
Absolutely.
Absolutely a problem.
Yes.
All right, excellent. So do we think it's a solvable problem?
I personally think there's some short-term solutions that can be put in place with a focus on where do we go from here for the long term, at least awareness of the long term.
Excellent. Love how you said that. And Karen, you think that maybe there's something in there for us to be able to figure out?
I have a few ideas to throw out at you, yes.
Excellent. I love when you guys come prepared with ideas. And then just want to make sure that I have your buy-in, that we want to really dive into and find the root cause of the problem, not just try to provide the solution. So are we all ready to do that hard work?
Absolutely.
Let's figure it
All right, love it. Okay, guys, so I'm just going to share with you the document that I've put together in regards to the notes for today. And let me know when you guys can see this.
out. I can see it.
Okay, excellent. So the first thing that I'd like to discuss, because I know a lot of times when we involve and we dive into things, we think, okay, I know I have a solution, right? So before we get into that, we want to make sure that we follow all the steps. So first off, let's discuss, can you provide an explanation of the factors contributing to the problem? What did you guys think you found would be the factors contributing to it?
You want me to take it? It sounds to me that there's a few times in the day that they are at capacity. Between the hours of 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. and 8 p.m., there seems to be an overcrowding issue. And there are people that are, I don't want to say overstaying their welcome, but they're taking space and not being paying customer at that point. So I think that is part of the huge. It's causing noise where they want a cozy, quieter atmosphere, and I think that's part of the problem.
Excellent, Karen. Bob, did you have anything else to add?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of looked at it as, some of the factors contributing to the problem include really, there was no sense of, and there might be, but I'm just not aware to it, and any evidence of an operation plan. Something that had been put in place to better understand and train anything in terms of an operational guidance plan or a mapping plan. It would include typically things such as training of the staff, guidelines for even anything from internet usage to how the restaurant is laid out in terms of sections to anything and everything. And so my root problem kind of goes back towards, is there something that we can do in terms of creating an operations plan that includes how the layout of the restaurant is, the beverage, the seating time rules, internet rules, and training and staff and capacity and things like that. I kept circling, I don't know if you can see it, but I kind of circled, probably not, because I had it on my handwritten thing here, but as I printed things out, I kept kind of circling and arrowing things back up to exactly what Karen said, which is a lot of the root issues come back to impacting the fact that they all around the fact of capacity at specific time frames. And that kind of, everything else kind of escalated and connected to that problem.
I definitely agreed with that, the capacity. And one other thing I did note was the parking. The parking seemed to be an issue, and again, that, like you said, goes right back to the capacity. So perfect. I think we definitely have identified a lot of the situations, a lot of things that are going on there. So
I just want to add one more thing, because I think one of the considerations at the bottom of that situation is that quarters of those, and I think they had some kind of, it sounds like they had some kind of news segment that attracted a lot of people that they weren't expecting. So I think they've got a flux of people, which is a good thing, but it caused these issues. So it's a kind of a good problem to have.
Excellent point, Karen. Yes, I did read that part as well, and I definitely felt that. I had a note here that said, relatively new customers. So the majority of these people seem to be coming new based on the news segment and then the word of mouth. So great point.
Yeah, and that tied in from my end when I mentioned operations plan, it's a big scope, and it includes setting expectations, right? Those customers coming in maybe don't know what the norm is. And so in their mindset, sitting there for 3 hours with one cup of coffee, they didn't think they don't see, there's no indication that they would know that is a problem for the restaurant, right? So setting expectations.
Excellent. All right, so I'm looking at all the information that we have here, and Bob, you know what I'm thinking? You kept us on track by the sense of operation almost seems like it's really the problem, not so much a factor. Do you agree?
I do, yeah.
Okay, so let me just get rid of that. We'll move that back up here. Thanks for that. And so now we really have identified more of the problem, like you guys were saying, and here are our contributing factors. So, in utilizing the prescriptive method, let's now take a look at what the possible solutions we could come up with, unless you guys had anything else you wanted to add to either of the fields here, the problem or the contributing factors.
I think we're good.
Okay, great. So I did just scroll back up to the piece that we wrote about the prescriptive approach in case we needed a reminder. And now let's take a minute and think about some of those solutions. So what solutions did you guys come up with?
So I kind of go back to the overall defining that problem in terms of sitting down to first take a look at what is the operational plan or guideline, meaning can we map out the sections of the restaurant? Are we maximizing the current space? Because with available funds of about $38,000, we're going to be a little bit limited on how much we can do to expand this space, but we might be able to refine the space. So does it flow right? So maybe looking at creating a map of the flow, but also is there an opportunity to create separate areas during those lunch times that maybe are quick serve or bar areas and standing room only areas where they can kind of sit around and have a cup of coffee versus taking areas that are seating areas, including an internet policy. Often internet is free, but is there a way to put a package together that says, well, internet costs $3, but you basically get that $3 as a discount towards a food or beverage purchase. And then it gives you half hour or 30 minutes worth of free time. But after that 30 minutes, you then have to go online and pay actually an extra $2 or $3 or something that helps give the message to people, hey, I've been here 30 minutes, I've been here a while, maybe I don't want to pay for it anymore. I'm done and I can get up and go and help free some of that seating.
Love it, Bob. Thanks for sharing. All right, Karen, did you have anything off the top of your head you wanted to share?
I did. I was thinking maybe there's a section where they could add in a bar and keep people standing, because if they're standing, they're not going to stay there for 3 hours. They're apt to move along a little bit more. So I will say that my son was a barista at Starbucks, and they never kick people out. People park there, and that's what they're doing. They want to attract people in. So this, what they've done is exactly what they wanted. They wanted to bring people in. They just need to, those few, during those hours, they need to figure a way to calm it down. One of the solutions I came up with is there's long lines for getting food and drink. If maybe there's another person that they can put on to make that line move quicker, and handle that crowd. So maybe they just don't have enough people, and that's part of that operational plan, on staff during those busy hours. And they need to look at that. And I thought on the parking issue that maybe there's an opportunity there for maybe a valet service during those busy times, or a space for a 5-minute unload and load for people with their laundry, so they'll be able to get close and load up their laundry so that and move right out. just to sort of make it a little bit more easier flowing wise. And also maybe they have certain spaces, raffle off VIP spaces, um, or some type of contest like that.
You guys are fantastic. You took all my ideas. One other thing that maybe came to my mind, I don't know if there how much food. I would like to look at how much the food piece and the bar and those things are actually bringing in as revenue to the business, just to see that piece and maybe if it's really worth keeping. And then the other thing I was thinking is delivery of the laundry. So if we have routine or standing customers that are continually coming back, um, can we offer some type of delivery so that we're not taking up parking spaces? So I think we did a great job here. Is there anything else that we wanted to add before we run it over into the memo that we should create for them?
I did have one other mention as far as when they have people sitting there and not attending to the dryers. It could be a sign that lets them know if a dryer in peak times, if a dryer is still for 5 minutes, that the management will remove the clothes, just so that there's no surprise there and they keep it moving. Or you give them a timer like you get at a restaurant, and it goes off. You go, as you take the dryer, you get that timer, and you can buzz them when it's up so they can know to come and get it.
I love that idea. Awesome. All right, guys, I think we did a great job here with outlining lots of different solutions, and I know things will pop in your mind as you're thinking about it. So if you have any more of those, definitely shoot them my way. Due to the sake of time, I just kind of want to move over into our memo and just kind of start drafting that and see to ensure it's meeting all of our needs. So let me just bring that up here quickly. Let me know when you can see it. Can you guys see that?
You can see it, but it's still the past Word document.
Okay, thank you. Let's minimize that and we'll go back to us. And are we still having technical difficulties with that?
Yes, it's frozen on it now.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing then, and instead let's just do this verbally. When I drafted this memo real quick, it just states with thanking them, and then just stating the things that they're doing well. So can you guys tell me what you thought they were doing well at?
Attracting their customers.
Yes.
Yeah, I would also say outreach. There was talk about they were on a news story of some sort, so they've been proactive in community outreach or engaging with local media and press.
Yeah, successful marketing. Yeah.
Excellent. So attracting customers, outreach, and I think keeping their business going, right? I think that they're doing well staying within budget and aware of their budget costs. So that's definitely something that's going to make them successful.
Yeah.
I was confused when it said it's not achieving maximum potential revenue as it is so often at capacity. You would think if they're at capacity, they would be making the maximum potential revenue. So maybe there's something they need to look in on that and find out what the issue is. How do you get them to spend more money?
I think that kind of connects to the turn. So that it talks about the amount of hours that some people sit at these tables, up to 3 hours. So that's the amount of turn. So if they're at that table for 3 hours in the restaurant world, they can't turn that table quick enough, and the dollar coming in for that individual table is one beverage. If they were able to minimize that down to 30 minutes, how many more customers, even if it was one beverage, can they get in that 3-hour time frame, and that helps maximize that potential.
But how many customers would you lose by making them time out on that in a half an hour?
I mean, it might be
something's not going to be done in a half an hour, so.
Yeah, you might be surprised, but maybe there's different sections of the restaurant that you can section off.
I like that idea. Yeah.
That is fantastic, guys. So what I'm going to do, the rest of this I really pretty much have down by what we've already discussed. I'm going to send an email to you